Farmer dies in fire at his farm in Pepper St. Elizabeth. A man died in a fire on his farm in Pepper St. Elizabeth on Friday. He has been identified as 50-year-old Shane Farquharson, who was also a mason. It's reported that Mr. Farquharson was clearing his land with fire when he was overtaken by smoke. His body was found by another farmer the following morning. 24-year-old St. James man charged with murder. The St. James police have charged 24-year-old laborer Trevon McDonald from Rotice in the parish with the murder of a man in Mount Pleasant District, Westmoreland in June 2003. The deceased is 40-year-old Damien Henry, otherwise called Frass, a farmer who lived in Content District in Westmoreland. Reports are that about 10:15 a.m. on June 8, 2023, Henry was standing along the Mount Pleasant main road talking to friends when a Toyota Axo motor car drove up and McDonald alighted from the front passenger seat armed with a gun. He reported the open fire at Henry, hitting him multiple times. McDonald escaped in the vehicle. A report was made to the police and Henry was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. McDonald was later arrested. He was charged on March 16 after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. Most Jamaicans live in paycheck to paycheck, stated Robinson. Opposition spokesman on Finance, Planning and Public Service Gillian Robinson says Jamaicans are not reaping the benefits of the stable economy being touted by the government, with a majority living paycheck to paycheck. The narrative of macroeconomic stability has not translated into substantial improvements in the daily lives of the Jamaican populace, Robinson said on Thursday as he made his contribution to the 2024-2025 budget debate. For most Jamaicans, the frustrating hand-to-mouth, can't make ends meet struggle is the reality. A significant portion of our working populace live paycheck to paycheck, and for those without a paycheck, life is even more difficult, Robinson remarked. He argued that consumers are getting less and paying more every day. Prices are high and wages are low. For the most vulnerable, life is scarcely. Many days, they are people who wake up in the morning with no clue where their first and possible only meal of the day will come from, Robinson added, pointing out that a patty, a Jamaican staple once considered affordable, now costs $250, with a loaf of bread costing between $400 and $500. Robinson asked, how are the poor people to survive? The opposition spokesman said the government was not doing enough to cushion the effects of high prices on the poor. He pointed out that despite a marginal increase in benefits under the PATH program, nearly 285,000 beneficiaries have received a mere $38,000 per year, which works out at roughly $730 a week, or about $104 per day. Education Minister welcomes Jamaica Multiple Indicators Cluster Survey finding. Minister of Education and Youth Favour Williams has welcomed the finding of the Jamaica Multiple Indicators Cluster Survey 2022 Situation of Women and Children. Addressing Friday's launch at the University of the West Indies Regional Headquarters in St. Andrew, Williams said the data-rich report adds to other recently published studies on Jamaican students and the indicators and variables that may be having an impact on their educational outcome. The mixed 2002 report affirmed positive, such as the 94% on-track score for children ages 2 to 4 who are developmental on track in health, learning, and psychosocial well-being. At the same time, it highlights areas that need to be addressed urgently, such as the out-of-school rate for children ages 3 to 5 and 15 to 17. This is with boys being the disproportionately affected, she stated. Williams explained that the ministry supports 7,500 students with a transportation subsidy, but that's just a drop in the bucket, and it's an area that will definitely need more love from the budget support. Regarding school meals, the minister said lunch and breakfast are provided to 100,000 students on the path of advance to a health and education program. In the upcoming 2024-2025 fiscal year, Williams said $7 billion will be allocated for the school feeding program. She pointed out that school gardens are critical to supplementing lunch programs, adding that $25 million is earmarked for the undertaking of the upcoming fiscal year, while also noting that the ministry will be seeking to collect real-time attendance data by installing the Education Ministry information system across schools. Delayed by corruption. Just over 4 years after the first steps were taken to build a new state-of-the-art police divisional headquarters in Westmoreland, ground was finally broken last Friday, having been delayed by what National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang said was a corrupt procurement process. Getting this done was a challenge. The whole procurement process was tedious. I came to Savannah Lamar in June of 2018. We started some planning, and by October 2019, we were moving to start the process to procure the Westmoreland headquarters, Dr. Chang said at the groundbreaking ceremony for the long-awaited $2.7 billion facility in Westmoreland. The procurement fell apart from a number of reasons. The process became corrupted, he said, adding that led to an investigation by the Integrity Commission. We had to put it back out to the tender, so it took us some time to get here. Over the past few years, the government has implemented measures to strengthen the public procurement process in an effort to improve transparency and efficiency. However, in recent times, government and opposition legislators have complained that the system is fraught with bureaucracy and is affecting their ability to deliver projects and services to citizens on a timely basis. Dr. Chang spoke to them on Friday, saying the government is trying to address this issue. Meanwhile, he said the government is continuing its push to provide the police force with quality facilities and pointed out that the $12 billion has been committed this year for construction within the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF. He had high commendations for M&M Jamaica Limited, the project contractor, saying that he is confident that the project will be delivered on time and within budget. The Westmoreland Municipal Corporation also came in for commendation for the role it played in the project approval and oversight. Mayor of Savannah Lamar, Danny Delancey, who spoke before Mr. Chang, warned residents that extortion on the construction site will not be tolerated. I don't want to hear any talk about material going missing and any attempt of extortion. I don't want to hear any talks about disruption of any sort during the lifetime of this project, he stated. I want to hear good reports and the project is running smoothly. I want to hear the project was completed within time and within budget. I don't want to hear anything about cost overrun and all of that, stated the mayor, who said that on completion of the facility, morale of the JCF will be boosted. Deputy Manager Director of M&M Jamaica, Richard Mullins, argued that the public deserves value for money. Those accessing the public funds must deliver in spite of all obstacles and challenges. Valuable performance must be considered above affiliation. Valuable performance must be based from the awarding of the public contract to the spending of the public's money. I say that because M&M Jamaica is guided by principles of value, stated Mullins, who added that the company will be continuing its community outreach programs. He said the company is committed to providing 10 bursaries for high school students for 5 years, 2 university scholarships for students up to 4 years, seeding funding for a revolving loan program for entrepreneurs, and a commitment to engage no fewer than 8 universities or Heart NSTA Trust students as interns for the duration of the project. That commitment stands whether we make money or not. It is regardless of our financial performance. That commitment is based on the commitment we expect from the community to us. It is reciprocation in advance, Mullins stated. Each speaker noted that the current ancient building in the town of Savannah Lamar, which hosts a police station at the divisional headquarters, is extremely limited in space and is in an advanced state of disrepair. The building is being replaced under a memorandum of understanding with the National Housing Trust. Chief Technical Director of the Ministry of National Security, Delroy Simpson, who is the accounting officer, said the new 3-story building will be purpose-built to accommodate advanced technology solutions while hosting various departments that will be staffed by 300 people. The duration of the construction is 3 months, starting March 15, 2024. Outgoing Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson said the men and women of the force in Westmoreland have produced outstanding outcomes despite limitations. Police statistics show that last year the parish recorded more than 100 murders, an 18.7% reduction when compared to the corresponding period in 2022. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.